If you keep ending up with the wrong women who seem perfect at first but turn into nightmares later, I need you to pay close attention to what I am about to tell you, because the problem isn't that you can't spot red flags. The problem is that you're ignoring them over and over and over again. You're so focused on making it work, on being the nice guy or giving her the benefit of the doubt, that you're missing the glaring warning signs that are right in front of your face. And I get it. You want to believe that this woman is different, that she's not like the others who have burned you in the past, that if you just love her enough, support her enough, help her enough, it's all going to work out. But here's what I have learned from coaching thousands of men over the years. The woman you see in the first few months is who she is. The question is, are you actually paying attention to it? So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot red flags early, how to test if what you're seeing is real, and most importantly, how to stop wasting years of your life on women who are fundamentally wrong for you. If you've ever been blindsided by a woman's true character coming out after you're already invested, or if you're currently dating someone and wondering if what you're seeing is real, you need to watch this video, because what I'm about to share could save you from years of heartbreak. Okay, let's dive in. I'm Marni, and from here on out, I am going to be your very own personal wing girl. Every week, I'm going to give you the no BS insider info about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus the most effective methods to win over any girl you like. So just hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss a video. All right, let's get started. Red flag number 1, she's sweet to you, cruel to everybody else. This is the number 1 red flag that so many men ignore. She's amazing to you, attentive, affectionate, everything you've been looking for. But watch how she treats the waiters, the Uber driver, her family, her friends, random people in public. If she's rude, if she's dismissive, or cruel to people who can't do anything for her, that's who she really is. Right now, you're valuable to her. You're new, you're exciting, you're shiny, you're giving her attention. But the second that you're no longer serving her needs, you're going to get the same treatment as the waiter. From a female perspective, I can tell you this: how a woman treats people when she has nothing to gain from them is her true character. The lovey-dovey phase doesn't last forever. Eventually, you'll become just another person in her life, and when that happens, she'll treat you exactly how she treats everybody else. So pay attention. If she's snapping at service workers, talking badly about her friends behind their backs, or constantly in conflict with people around her, believe what you're seeing. That is your future. Red flag number 2, she has no personal goals or drive for growth. This one is subtle but incredibly important. So ask yourself, does this woman have her own goals? Is she working towards something? Does she have a vision for her life? Just like I've told you, you need to have as a man. Or is she just existing, drifting through life and no real direction or ambition? Now, I'm not saying she needs to be a CEO or run a marathon, but she should have something that she's working toward, something that she's passionate about, excited about, something that shows she's actively trying to grow and improve herself. Because here's what happens. When you're a growth-oriented man with a stagnant woman, she's going to resent your ambition. She will feel threatened by your desire to improve. She will actively try to keep you small so she doesn't have to face her own lack of growth. I've seen this pattern destroy countless relationships over and over and over again. The man who wants to build a business, get in better shape, learn new skills, and the woman who fights him every step of the way. Not because she doesn't want him to succeed, but because his growth highlights her stagnation. So here's how you test for this early. Talk about your goals. Share your vision for life. See how she responds. Does she get excited and share her own goals? Does she support your ambition, or does she minimize your dreams, make excuses for why she can't pursue her own, or try to convince you that where you are right now is good enough? Her response will tell you everything that you need to know, and you can have this conversation on date number 1. Red flag number 3, she's always the victim in her stories. So listen carefully to how she talks about her past. Every woman has a dating history. That's normal. Totally normal. But pay attention to how she describes her exes, her family, her former friends, her old jobs. If she's always the victim and everyone else is always the villain, that's a massive red flag. My ex was a narcissist. My family's so toxic. My old boss was horrible. My friends all betrayed me. One bad ex? Sure, we've all been there. But if everyone in her past has wronged her, if she takes zero responsibility for any of her failed relationships, if she has a long list of people who did her wrong, You need to understand something. You're about to become another villain in her story. You are next on her list because people who never take accountability, they don't change. Eventually, when things don't go her way with you, you'll be painted as the bad guy as well. From a female perspective, I can tell you that emotionally mature women eventually will take responsibility for their part in failed relationships. They can say things like, yeah, we weren't compatible, or I made mistakes too, or it just didn't work out. If she can't do that, run. Red flag number 4, she love bombs you early, then pulls away. This pattern is awful behavior, and it's designed to hook you. In the beginning, she's intense, texting you constantly, saying she's never felt this way before, making future plans, acting like you're her soulmate. And it feels amazing. You feel chosen, special, like you finally found someone really special. But then she starts pulling back. The text slowed down. She becomes less available. She starts creating distance. And what do? You chase. You try to get back to that initial intensity. You want it back because it felt so good. And that's exactly what she wants. This push-pull dynamic is how she keeps you hooked. She gives you just enough to keep you hoping, but never enough to feel secure. Healthy women do not operate this way. They build connection gradually. They're consistent. They don't need to overwhelm you with intensity upfront because they're confident in who they are. So if it feels too good to be true in the beginning, it probably is. And excitement happens in relationships. I get that. But just pay attention to this. Red flag number 5, she refuses to take responsibility for her own problems. Okay, this one ties directly into what I've seen with many of my clients. So watch what happens when she has a problem, any problem. Does she take ownership and work to solve it, or does she expect you to rescue her? There's a huge difference between supporting a partner through a tough time and becoming someone's financial, emotional, or life cleanup crew. If you find yourself constantly bailing her out, paying her bills, solving her problems, fixing her messes, you're not her boyfriend, you're her parent. And again, if this is what you want, then, Godspeed, have fun. But here's the brutal truth. She's gonna resent you for it. Because when you rescue someone, you're sending the message that they're incapable of handling their own life. And when she starts to feel that way about herself, she's gonna blame you for making her feel small, even though you were just trying to help her. It's awful. It bites you in the butt. Healthy women solve their own problems. They might ask for advice or emotional support or have really bad days, but they don't expect you to fix their life for them. So I want you to test this early. When she mentions a problem, do not immediately jump in to fix it. See what she does. Does she problem solve on her own? Does she come up with a plan to help herself? Or does she just complain and wait for you to handle it? Lots of people complain. I get that. And don't take action. But again, this is just for you to see what's in front of you. Red flag number 6, she doesn't respect your boundaries. This is huge. Healthy relationships require healthy boundaries. But some women are going to test your boundaries constantly to see what they can get away with. And maybe you tell her you need time to focus on work and she gets upset and demands your attention anyway. Maybe you express that you're not comfortable with something and she dismisses your feelings and makes you feel guilty for having boundaries. Maybe you say you need space and she shows up at your place anyway, right? And you fully explain these things to her, not just like thinking you've said it. So these aren't signs of love, these are signs of control. From a female perspective, I can tell you that women who respect you will respect your boundaries if firmly put into place. They won't make you feel bad for having needs. They won't push you when you say no. They won't manipulate you into giving them what they want. If she can't respect simple boundaries early on, imagine what your life will look like a year from now. But also what your wife would look like. Red flag number 7, your gut is telling you something's off. This is the most important one. Deep down, you already know when something isn't right. You feel it in your gut. You notice the inconsistencies. You see the patterns, but you ignore it. You tell yourself you're being too picky, too judgmental, too paranoid. You give her the benefit of the doubt because you don't want to be that guy who always is looking for problems. But here's what I want you to understand and what I need you to understand. Your gut is almost never wrong. Right? When you feel that something is off, it's because something is off. Your subconscious is picking up on patterns and behaviors that your conscious mind is trying to rationalize away. So stop ignoring your instincts. Your instincts are good. If something feels wrong, investigate it. Ask it questions, test and observe. Don't talk yourself out of what you're feeling just because you want it to work. Again, don't just listen to it, but question it. Here's the bottom line. The best way to avoid ending up with the wrong woman is to actually pay attention to who she is, not who you want her to be. Stop rescuing, stop ignoring red flags, stop making excuses for bad behavior. Instead, watch how she treats others. Notice if she has her own goals and growth mindset, if that's something that's important to you. See if she takes responsibility for her own life. And most importantly, trust your gut. The right woman won't require you to ignore your instincts or compromise your values. She is going to be consistent, accountable, hopefully kind to others, unless you're a jerk as well, and then you're a perfect match for each other. And then, right? That's a woman who's worth investing in. Now, if you want to make sure you're not just avoiding the wrong women, but actively attracting the right ones, I put together a free cheat sheet that helps you choose who is the right person for you, which literally lays out the checklist that you will need to have. It's called How to Choose the Right Woman Free Cheat Sheet. It includes what I've shared here, plus a ton of other things that will help you decide whether or not this woman in front of you is the right woman and how to select the right woman in the future. Meaning, when you go out on dates, what are the things that you need to talk about? How do you bring these things up in conversation? How do you slyly test to see whether or not this woman fits into the things that you want? And more importantly, how to figure out the things that you do want in a person that are important to you. You may not know these things right now. This cheat sheet is going to help you piece all of that together so that you, A, know the kind of person that you're looking for, B, can figure out if the person and woman sitting in front of you is that person, and C, what to do with all of this information that helps you get into the most amazing relationship you've ever been in. If you want to download this cheat sheet, which I highly suggest that you do, just click, I think it's the second link down below, or maybe even the first link down below, and get this cheat sheet now. It's How to Choose the Right Partner cheat sheet, and it's yours free now. Go download it. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I will see you next week.